In this video, I am going to tell you why every time you go on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc., you are inundated, seemingly overwhelmed by people who are living here in Thailand, who are moving to Thailand in the year 2025. Why does it seem to have become so much more popular and evidently so much easier than it was in the past to live your dream life here in the land of smiles? It's because it's fucking cheap. It is because Thailand is so affordable. And that's not a disrespectful comment. That is not a negative about the country. I've lived here for 5 years and I absolutely love it. Let me give you a little bit of my background, a little bit of my credentials before you listen to me further. Thailand was never my dream. It was a dream destination for a vacation, but to live here was never my dream. I didn't come here running away from anything. I didn't come here because I'm a loser back home. I couldn't afford to live in the Western world. I had a dream of moving to Asia about 15 years ago. Seoul, Korea. I watched the movie Old Boy and I wanted to experience life in Korea. Did it. I went to Tokyo, fell in love, still in love with Tokyo. I wish I was there sometimes. Did it. Lived there for 5 years. Met my beautiful Thai wife and we had a choice. We had a choice of where we wanted to go. The way we were going to have to jump through some hoops. Did we want to stay in Japan and raise our daughter in a very homogenous society where she would always be an outsider? You know, we were grown adults. We were outsiders ourselves, but we don't want our daughter growing up in that type of society. So Japan's a beautiful society, but you do stand out as a foreigner there much more than you would in other countries, let's say. So we ruled Japan out as a long-term option. So then we had two options, the UK or Thailand. Now, you might be in the UK right now. You might be hating life. You might be one of those people who says, the UK's finished. UK's on its last legs. It's a shithole. And I wouldn't say that I'm that sort of person. I don't hate the UK. I wasn't in the UK as an adult long enough to fully experience all of those hardships. So I can't comment on that. It's not my place to comment on that. But what I can comment on is when you are given a direct choice between two options, money is pretty much one of the determining factors. And that's just a fact. That's genuinely not a bad thing. Look at where I'm living. If I wanted to live in a building like this in London, first of all, they would have to physically import an ocean into the city so that we have that luxury of beachside residence. But that aside, maybe you can put it on the River Thames, the beautiful River Thames, go for a swim in the beautiful Thames every morning. Live in a building like this, a nice, modern, well-maintained building. It's got a gym inside, it's got swimming pools. I don't focus on that shit. That shit's everywhere. That shit is everywhere. If you are living in a tiny little apartment in the middle of London or the middle of Manchester, then I understand that's definitely a perk. I was very excited when I first moved here and there was a swimming pool in the building. There was a gym in the building. There was a snooker room in the building. Those sort of things are cool at first. It's not a reason to live somewhere. It's just, that's what you get. When you live somewhere like this, that is what you get. Of course, you can go live in a house somewhere just like everyone else and you can get very affordable housing. But right now, the lifestyle that we're living, this is a very suitable place for me, my wife, my baby. It's very safe. They have everything they need. There's a little playroom over there as well, a little jungle gym inside the building. So we've got everything we need on this property. Now, this is costing us less than £400 a month. In London, in Manchester even, I'm guessing you're going to be paying twice that for just a very basic apartment. In terms of the bills, I think the water bill each month is about £4. I don't know how much it is in the UK, so I'm not comparing it to the UK. I'm imagining it's cheaper. Electricity usually comes in at about 30, 35 quid. Dude, we can go to the supermarket each week and get a weekly shop for around £50 for the three of us. We can get everything we need. We live a very comfortable lifestyle out here. Now, if we were in the UK, obviously we would still want to do all those things, but it would cost a lot more. So I don't understand this obsession that I see on the internet where people try and spin the reason that they're moving out here. They try and make out like it's some sort of noble, like I'm giving back to society. I love the society so much. I'm coming out here to grace you with my presence. No, you're not. You're coming out here because, number one, there are so many more visa options available now, so many more visas readily available than there used to be. I'm not a visa expert. I'm not a visa historian like, you know, some people online are. But this new DTV visa seems to be the trend online at the moment. But in some cases, people are getting 5 years where you can do whatever work you've been doing online, and you can legally reside in Thailand. You don't have to bounce out, bounce in. You should get that visa. You're good. It's better than what I'm on. I'm on a 1-year marriage visa. I have to renew every single year. Next week, I'm going to go and pick it up, and that'll be me stamped in for another year life in Thailand. I also think in this new online world, and I think a lot of you guys, younger people, are quite lucky in the sense of you are going into this workplace where this online option already exists. It was never a thing for me. I never really had that option of getting a remote job and therefore being able to go and live anywhere in the world. I was always fending for myself on the other side of the world. That's why I'm cooler than you. That's why I'm cooler. I'm braver. I'm more handsome. I'm just joking. I'm not braver. I had to figure shit out. Circumstances brought me here. I'm not an ambassador for Thailand. I love Thailand for me. It's the right country for me, my wife, my baby, certainly at the moment. I'm pretty sure if you are interested in coming here, it will not disappoint. But you don't have to put yourself up on a pedestal. You're not coming here because of the people. You're not coming here because you love the culture. Coming here just like pretty much everyone else because you can live a much better quality of life on a much smaller budget. And there doesn't need to be any other explanation. The only caveat that I would add to that is if you are going to come here, live here in Thailand. Don't live online in the sense of, yeah, you may be working online. You may be able to order your Grab every day, never need to leave the room, but get out there, get to know people. I'm not perfect. I'm not one of them people who's out every day in the middle of the markets, in the middle of society, but I've got friends. I meet people in the gym. I meet people, especially when I'm with my daughter, we're chatting to people. They take an interest in her. You make an effort if you show an interest. If you don't live here in your little foreigner bubble where you're thinking to yourself that you're better than everyone just because, you know, you're making Western money in an Eastern world. I've seen that so many times and it's logical. So arrogant when people say like, the best thing to do is live in Asia, but make Western money. It's like, yeah, you don't need to say it. You don't need to say it. For you, you're very blessed. You're very blessed that you've got those opportunities, that you make that sort of money. Doesn't mean you work harder than anyone else. Trust me, I'm very aware that I'm very privileged to be out here. People out here work bloody hard. They live a much more humble life, but you know what? They're probably a lot happier than you. You know why? Because they've got a better concept of what it is to be happy, to enjoy life, to appreciate what you've got. So if you're going to come out here in 2025, if you want to enjoy this beautiful country and you're in a very privileged position that you can make money online whilst living in paradise, be aware of that. Be aware of how lucky you are because so many people come out here and just end up fucking moaning about everything. And you know what I moan about? The moaners. I do a lot of moaning about the moaners on this channel, but I certainly don't moan about my personal circumstances. Because I know that although I feel like life is tough sometimes, there's a lot of people here and in every other fucking country in the world who've got it a lot worse than me. Life could be worse on a Friday morning than walking around this beautiful empty pier, chatting shit into a camera to make a video that in 2 weeks will probably have about 220 views. Hope you've enjoyed it though. If you've watched it so far, you're the real ones and you deserve whatever life you dream of, whether it be here in Thailand, back in the UK, even out in Rwanda. I've heard Rwanda is a rapidly developing country, so let's not sleep on that either. I'll see you in the next one.